All right, so here's the other example that we missed from the lesson on Thursday. A little bit more algebra involved in this, so just be ready. There's quite a few steps you got to go through on this guy, but nothing out of your guys' league. It's just going to take a little bit of thinking, a little bit of work, a little bit of patience, okay? Which is why we saved it for a different day. So first of all, make sure you know what you're doing. Number one, you got to prove that the triangles are similar, okay? So that's the first thing we got to do. Number two, you got to find each measure, and they give you two specific measures to do. So let's make sure we get both of those things. So number one, prove the similar triangles. That means prove that they are similar. That's probably going to include this theorem since that's what you learned today. Remember that theorem says that if two angles in two triangles are equal to each other, they're automatically similar because all the angles then have to be equal. All right, so let's take a look at our picture. We've already got one set of angles equal to each other, which is great. So ZWU is already congruent to WYU because that's given. Awesome. Don't have to work on that one. That makes it kind of nice. Okay, that means we just need one more. Well, they give you the fact that there's a 90 here. All right, well, do you see another angle in this triangle that can match that 90? Hopefully it's pretty obvious. It's this guy right here. Now, you can't just say it's 90. You have to have a reason why. Okay, so in your head, take a second. Why do you think that that could be 90 degrees? What's your reasoning why you know that that's a 90-degree angle? And then you can't just say because it looks like a corner. You got to have an actual reason. Okay. Give you a little think time there. Here's your hint. This is a straight line. Okay, well, what do we know about straight lines? How many degrees are they? They're 180 degrees. If you didn't know that, write it down. That's an important fact you need to know. Okay, if that whole line has to be 180 degrees, let's subtract out the 90 that we already know. Hey, look at that. That must mean that this angle in our second triangle over here is 90 degrees. Okay, so that means angle WUY is 90 degrees. Okay, and we can just say this equation next to it. That's okay. Okay, and then because of all that, we know that the two triangles are similar. Let's make sure to match the letters where they belong. Okay, think of this triangle in your head, kind of rotate it one turn this way, and it's going to look just like the other triangle. Okay, and if you need to, go ahead and write it out. I know some of my co-teachers do that as well. So if you need to, feel free to rewrite the triangle so it's a little bit easier to see. But let's see, so Z, when I rotate it, matches with W up here. So Z, I'll leave a little space, and then W. Okay, if I move along the triangle, this matches with this. So ZW, WY, and then obviously that goes back to U. Okay, so those two are similar to each other, and we need to say why. The reason is by AA theorem. If two of their angles are congruent to each other, which we've already proven, then the whole triangle has to be similar to the other triangle. Awesome. Done with the first step. Yes, you need to show these actual steps. This is what we talked about in that unit we did back in September or October. Being able to prove stuff is really important. It shows you've got critical thinking. It shows you can have logical steps. Okay, you can't just say something is true, whether it's a debate you're having with somebody or a math problem that you're solving. You have to be able to show why it is that you think that thing is true. Okay, you got to have some logic backing you up, otherwise people aren't going to take you seriously. Okay, so second step, let's work on finding the measures. All right, well, we're comparing two things. If we're comparing, we're probably going to have a proportion because that's what we've been doing this whole section. If you have two things you can compare, then you can write a proportion, as long as you know at least 3 pieces of the information. Okay, so I'm going to color code these edges for myself. So Z to W is going to have to match this guy over here. Okay, again, if I kind of rotate this small triangle in my head, it would match that side. So that means, let's see, we'll do small versus big triangle. That's going to be our comparison with our proportion. So we have 3x minus 6 in the small triangle should be proportional to 40 in the big triangle. Okay, well, I definitely need to include the other part that has x. Oops. Come on. There we go. All right. So I have x plus 6. Now here's a problem I've got. That blue side matches with this blue side in the big triangle. But do I know what that blue side is? No. So I've got a little issue right here. I got to figure out what this is before I can even do this proportion. I told you, there's a lot of thinking in this one. A lot of steps, a lot of problems to work with. But this is good. This is growing our brain right. And if we make some mistakes along the way, that's all right. Making mistakes grows our brain. That's what makes us better at math. All right, so let's kind of just refocus on this guy for a little bit. I've got 2 numbers here. I've got a right triangle, and I'm looking for one of the sides. Is there a theorem we learned probably back in middle school that teaches us how to find sides of right triangles when we don't know them? Hopefully in your head you're already saying out what this theorem is. That's the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to do a quick detour and use that. What's that HYP stand for, by the way? That's the hypotenuse, which is the longest side in the triangle. So looking at your triangle, it's also the one across from the 90 degrees. So which side should I put in for C so that it's the hypotenuse? The blank, the 32, or the 40? Hopefully in your head, you said 40. Now, does it matter which one the blank and which one the 32 go for A and B? No. As long as they're on the same side, it's all right. Okay, and you can see from this, the 40 is across from the right angle. That's how I picked that one. And it's the longest side, so that's also why. So I'm going to make it a squared plus 32 squared equals 40 squared. So now I have a squared. Got to do a little calculating. I do not know 32 squared on my own. So I'm going to grab my handy dandy calculator. So I have 1024 and equals 1600. I should have known that one. That one I could have done in my head if I had been paying attention. Get rid of this guy. So we have a squared now equals, typing it all in. Okay, now remember, how do we get rid of squared? Give you a couple seconds to think on that while I'm typing in mine. Square root. If you're squaring something, the opposite is taking the square root. Now we had that little phrase right. We said I made a root plus or minus. Do I need a plus or minus for this though if I'm talking about a triangle? No. Triangle lengths, we only work with positives, so it's unnecessary for us to include the positive, or sorry. Yep, we only work with positives, we don't need negatives. Okay. So back on up here, based on my little Pythagorean theorem sidestep, that must mean that this guy is actually 24. Okay. Like I said, a little extra work to get where we wanted to go, but nothing we can't handle. And that's exactly what goes in that space. Whew, okay, take a breath. If you need to pause and get caught up on the notes, that's fine. Maybe you can even finish this problem solo. If you can, try it. See if you get the same answer I do. If not, Make sure you're good with what we've got up to right now. If you're not understanding what I just did, rewind, go back and listen again. Obviously, you need to know that before you get to the next step. Otherwise, let's move along. Cross multiplying because we have an equal sign there. Now, what did we talk about in the other examples? If you have more than one thing, what do you got to put around it? Parentheses. So make sure you do that. So we have 24 times 3x minus 6 equals 40. Ooh, we're going to get some big numbers in here. Times x plus 6. What do we have to do because of those parentheses? Gotta do some distributing. If you know what to do, go ahead. Go on and finish this problem yourself. If you're good with the algebra, get going and finish it on your own. Otherwise, keep listening and I will go through it as well. You should check back in at the end though, just to make sure you know what you're doing. 4, carry the 2. Hopefully I'm doing the mental math in my head. Still a little groggy. And I think that's all right. If not, I apologize. But I'm pretty sure I did all that correct in my head. All right, we've got x's on both sides and numbers on both sides. That's a problem. Got to get our x's together and our numbers on the other side. So let's move 40x first. Let's get that on over to the other side. Extend my page a little bit. Come on. Get rid of those. Oh, my goodness. There we go. And that's gone now. 72 minus 40. We've got... Oops. No, that's not right. Told you my mental math's a little bit imperfect today. Gotta be honest. Come on. My pen also doesn't want to work, so that's also fun. 32, there we go. Took a little bit longer than usual to figure that one out. Hopefully that wasn't the case for you. Move that 144 to the other side. Get rid of that. 32x now equals 4, 8, 3, dividing by 32. And we get x. This one I'm going to need my calculator for, because I don't think I can do that in my head. 32. Ooh, we came out to a nice number, so I'm hopefully I did that correctly. I got x is 12. If you didn't get that, raise your hand and let one of the teachers know. Entirely possible that I did something wrong. All right, now let's go back up here and make sure we actually answered our questions. We proved the triangle's similar, and then it says find each measure. Oh my goodness, we are so close to finishing this. Told you this one was a doozy. W, Z, and UZ still have to be figured out. Oops. What do I have to do with my x now that I've found it? To get those lengths, got to plug it in. So we have 3 times 12 minus 6. 3 times 12. By the way, 12 is what we got for x down at the bottom. That's where I got that number from. 3 times 12 is 36. 36 minus 6 is 30. So WZ equals 30. Cool. One of them done. Let's figure out UZ. If x is 12, plug in 12. 12 plus 6 is 18. Awesome. Solve for each of the measures. Prove the triangles were similar. Excellent. Again, if you need to, rewind and go back through. That was a long problem to do. There was a ton of stuff in that. So nice job, those of you that made it all the way through and paid attention and got it figured out. If not, you can ask for help. It's okay. Hopefully that gets you started. And then you've got one more example problem on your homework from Thursday that you skipped over. You're going to be able to do that one now that you have this example done.